Last year at this same dinner table, my father lifted his glass to toast my siblings' successes, then turned to me and said, "And Natalie? Well, she's still sorting herself out." Everyone chuckled. I joined in, too. That's what you do when you're the family's letdown. Tonight, I arrived on time, as always, in my usual simple dress, pulling up in my old reliable sedan. I looked exactly the same, and that's how I planned it. While they were busy discussing trust funds and Ivy League weddings, I was quietly building an AI logistics company from a rented storage unit. This week, we reached a $100 million valuation. I hadn't told them yet. I wanted to keep it under wraps until my assistant called me during dinner and used a title they'd never connected to me: CEO. Growing up in the Brooks household meant living in the shadow of constant comparison. My older brother, Daniel, was the golden boy from the day he could spell Princeton. He dominated debate competitions in middle school, worked for congressmen by 16, and graduated summa cum laude from Yale before heading to Georgetown Law. My parents worshipped him. He spoke their language, law, lineage, influence. Then there was Emily, the ideal political daughter, charismatic, strategic, camera-ready. She majored in international affairs at Brown and now serves as a communications director for an up-and-coming senator. Mom says Emily's voice was made for podiums. I think it was molded for them. And then there was me, Natalie, the one who dismantled the family's coffee maker to understand its wiring. The one who built her first inventory app during a summer job at a floral shop. I wasn't defiant, just uninterested in the playbook everyone else followed. My parents didn't get me, and eventually they stopped trying. They tolerated my passion for logistics the way you tolerate a neighbor's noisy mutt, quietly critical, occasionally civil, and always hoping it'd disappear. When I announced I'd chosen Carnegie Mellon for college, they looked baffled. "Isn't that a tech school?" my mother asked, as if I'd said I was joining a traveling circus. At family gatherings, I was introduced as Natalie. She's into tech, I guess. No one asked what I did. No one cared to know. But that wasn't what stung. What hurt was realizing that no matter how hard I worked, I'd never be celebrated in the Brooks household like Daniel or Emily. Their paths were lined with prestige. Mine was a dirt trail I had to carve myself. Even now, stepping into the family's coastal Maine estate for our annual holiday dinner, I felt that familiar pressure on my chest. The oil portraits, the polished marble floors, the way everyone greeted each other like it was a political rally. The Brooks name carried weight here. It opened doors to galas, boardrooms, elite law firms. But for me, it only meant one thing: you're an outsider. I didn't come tonight to fit in. I came to see how they'd react, not to my words, but to something they never saw coming. And maybe, just maybe, I came for the younger me who once thought she had to earn their love with a flawless CV. She's gone now. But I figured she deserved to see what happens when the family's underdog builds her own empire. The moment I truly grasped how alone I was in this family wasn't at a dinner. It was at my MIT graduation. I stood among a sea of black caps and proud families, clutching my diploma. I'd fought tooth and nail for a double major in systems engineering and data analytics.
I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.